egwu sekọndịrị mmadụ. Ka anyị kpọrọ egwu ka anyị jichapụ ndị mmadụ small. It's not that loud. I like a little bit. Never did. Five more minutes to start, right? This one is better. Yeah, we can start. I think we have to start now. Matawa, okay? I'm not Matawa, okay? I'm discounted. When I get video, more blended madam warrior, they will also enjoy the message. I don't intend to stay too long. I'll make a luno. Ọhaneze ụmụ Igbo ndị ọma ndị na-ege m ntị ekele m na mestekwuru n'ozi ọma ebe m si. Ana m ekele unu sị ka ọ dịrị unu na mma. Ụbọchị keta dịrị unu na mma. Ka ị na-abata biko gbasa ozi a ka ndị ọzọ nwee ike nọnyere anyị na ozi a mbụ bịa taa. Very important message. Very o nwere big insight. Achọrọ m ị na-asụgharị asụsụ ndị ọzọ. Or a program ga-emepe anya in a different aspect. Asụọkwala m English. Ekele m unu ọhaneze ndị nke na-ege m ma ndị nke ga-anụkwa ozi a mgbe ha ga-enweta ya. Inweta ozi a gbasaa ya maka na eji m ezigbo okwu bịa taa. Ozi m ka na-ekwukwa okwu ya ozi anyị ga-eji were nwere onwe anyị dịka ndị Igbo. Ozi omenala Igbo ka m ji were bịa. A sị m ụbọchị nke taa ga-ewetara anyị nke ọma. Ihe mgbochi ga-anọchiri anyị ụzọ ka ndị nna nna anyị ha ndị nke na-ahụ na mmụọ nwere ike bupụrụ anyị ya. Ọnwụ na-achọ irutere anyị nso na this year ka ha bupụkwara anyị ya. Ka ozi a nke anyị na-ezi nke kachasị njọ nke kachasị mma ozi a anyị na-ezi ya for the future generation so that when ha ga-ahụ ozi a they will not live the same life anyị live taa ahụhụ anyị tara ọ mekwa mistake anyị mere ọ dị anyị kwe na-agbasa ozi a na mgbe ahụ in the future ka ozi a ga-enwe abụ uru karịa. Ekele m unu ị na-abata ka inwe ike gbasa ozi a maka na eji m ozi dị mkpa were bịa taa. Ezigbo ozi dị mkpa were bịa nnọọ taa. Ka m na-akwado ozi a mụọ na onwe m nọ na-eme enjoy dị ozi mgbe a na-ezi m ozi a ma m na-edetu ya na-edetu ihe m ga-abịa kụzie taa. Sorry? Orie taa Orie emisikwara m ya nụ na-enwere iwe taa Orie. Ekele m unu taa na Orie ga-ewetara anyị nke ọma zụtara anyị nke ọma wetara anyị ihe ọma n'izu ụka ka anyị na-aba ma ọrụ unu ma ihe niile nke unu na-eme ọ ga-adịrị onye ọbụla na mma ma ụmụ unu ọ ga-adịrị unu na mma. Anyị ga-anụ ozi ọjọọ maka na ụmụada ka ha na-azụ ahịa taa Orie ha ga-azụtara ya ahịa ndụ ahịa ego ahịa ọma ahịa ọganihu ise. N'oge na-adịghị anya ka ị na-abata achọrọ m ka inyere m aka gbasaa ozi a. Comment section nọ n'ezikwa. Am I supposed to click it? Okay. So ị na-abata ka inyere m aka gbasa ozi a maka na ozi dị mkpa ka m ji bịa taa. Ozi dị mkpa ka a na-ezi m ozi a ka m na-agwa unu mbụ ka mụ nọ na-eme enjoy the message when I was getting this message and when I was preparing this message. Mụ nọ na-eme enjoy very well. So agba chọkụ usoro m ka anyị let's ride this boat. Let's ride it together and at the end of the day unu ga-aghọta ihe m na-ekwu. Ị na-anya na mbido okwu m n'isiokwu ị ga-ahụ ihe m dere ebe a. Edere m ya nọ patriotism and tribalism n'omenala Igbo. Ka anyị na-aga ka n'ghọta ihe mmiri what meanere by n'omenala Igbo. But tupu me orozi abia, I'm not going to rush this message because it's very important. All message is detailed, and I don't want to rush it. Ato mi ji nwayo were na to branya ntakịrị ka enwe ike ghọta, because I don't want to speak over anybody's head. Agaga m eji Igbo na-ewere iwe na-akụzi ya taa. Ndị nke gwara m understand the last time. Now some people say that they don't understand Igbo very well. I'll try my best to see how I can mix the whole thing, but actually in asụsụ, actually promote my own language. I become tired of being who I am not. I want to be me. I really want to be me, you know. Today, ụbọchị nke taa wori ozi ndị wetara unu today o patriotism, tribalism, ọwụ omenala Igbo. Ọwụ omenala ndị ọzọ. Some of them are practicing it. So at the end of this message, ị ga-ama whether are you patriotic or maybe a true tribal person ABC bia. Me won one for obodo obole ifiri n'isi bia at the end of this message today. But message here, I prepare a message here before the election or during the election period. I will have a message here. MH election on this message why I brought this message to you. And every message here be at one nanya. That message here wake him up when I checked the meaning of patriotism in Spanish language. Mam check the true meaning of patriotism. Jizea mewe message am jibiata. Aga m eji ihe ndọrọndọrọ ọchịchị a nke a just kind of ime ama m emechabe ya emechago ya. Nke presidential and this last one emere this Saturday were kọwa ihe m chọrọ ikwu. First of all, enwere the two major people pụtara n'ịzọ ndọrọndọrọ onye isi, that's the presidential seat. Ofu one nine nwoke, ofu onye Yoruba, the major people, the two major people. And who and when I'm on a side Peter Obi. He not on a side Peter Obi. It's not because of the qualities Peter Obi, his accolades, or Peter Obi. First of all, he did not Peter Obi, not my tribal man. He's my kinsman. It might be the reason another person from another tribe may accept which generally to we Igbos, I feel not the wrong that you are choosing a leader because of your tribal person. So Kaina Aga with this message, Kaina did the wrong because when we don't understand something or when we are taking something from a surface level, we might be thinking that the people doing the right thing are the people doing the wrong thing. So I wonder what this patriotism means. Then I am man who is really applying patriotism in the right sense. Because also limitations of understanding of a language, of a word. So I am on the issue. For me personally, I chose Peter Obi because of my tribal man. I told me mama a saint or on your job, but the first point of my choice in the choose where I know my brother. The same way about a Yoruba man, in as much as his brother Adela old, on a bad record, whatever everything accusation and we are that's not where my point where I'm going to. My point now, despite all these things, a Yoruba man still chose his brother to go there and sit. It doesn't matter because Ofili no one near okay. And all the reason they were trying to do everything to see that their brother is sitting on that seat. Because all not on that seat is going to favor them as his tribal man. And by the time he started favoring his people, a tribalistic man. And his people are fighting for him because they are tribalistic. So that it will favor them. You and I will bear me witness that Fulani has been enjoying the country Nigeria today because they are tribal man, no chichi. And you see them, they do anything, they get away with it. And their brother will close eyes. He will even people have seen for the past 8 years how Fulani people ndị cannot more here na Chinama became so strong that some of them now have removed Efehaja Chinama. They're already sitting on your seat right now. Some of them also now, after killing and kidnapping people and killing people, he now gave them uniform to become your army to self-guide you. Why did it happen? Why was it so easy for them to do everything and get away with it? Why are they getting what they want? Because their tribal man is sitting there. One of our Hausa man, a friend, rightly told us that a Fulani man can never jail a Fulani man. Not impossible. Because someone near. So I'm going to use this election period to explain some certain things to us. At the end of the day, we will understand who actually is patriotic. Because if you don't understand the meaning of patriotism, you might be applying it wrongly. And might be accusing the person that is applying it rightly as a person being unpatriotic. So before I go further into this, I've written a lot of things. And two definitions, one from the English version and one from the Spanish version. But we'll get to that first. Now, before we go into this word, tribalism, actually worked on my time a bit to explain some certain things. I just want to use you're going to pardon the way I'm speaking the Igbo. Yeah. Yes. Mambara school to study. Initially, I wanted to study law until my cousin, Garabilina abroad, Lotta, gave me orientation that I shouldn't be doing courses because of a professional course. Or people are doing it. I should look at the labor market. He advised me to go and study French. He urged him the opportunities where I'm supposed to study, where I was supposed to work, the French course. But when I entered university, the University of Port Harcourt, I wanted to study French and foreign languages. You know, I studied language linguistics. So I wanted to study French and foreign languages. At the end of the day, after the exams and the whole thing, and through their quota system, which is tribalism, being patriotic, we'll get to that point also. After the whole screening and everything, I found myself now I was in a faculty of education instead of humanities to study French and foreign languages. I saw myself studying. They gave me the course French psychology in faculty of education. Mom Rodate said, what a combination. I've never seen that before. But thank God, you might be planning another thing. Chigi now plan another thing. Preparing you for such a time like this. Yes, I'm glad that I did that course. Then I didn't want to. I practically forced myself to do that course. You know, I thought go to international relation, then Wuriagawaze further. But plan changed because the car of my life, the vehicle of my life. Right there. So at the end of the day, why am I saying this? Mine I study French language. For people that can identify what I'm saying, I heard about a year abroad. A year abroad, you go to any of these African countries now, so French. So you can stay there, get used to the language, what I had to speak fluently, you know. And more, I didn't go anywhere. I stayed in Nigeria, which is a French village, you know, in Badagry there. Is it not funny that we are studying another man's language in our university? And at the same time, they built a French village. The people that don't even know who we are. What we are going through, they don't care. They don't even know whether we exist. They built their school, their school for us to be studying languages there. Now, one funny thing that happened, you know, when you study language, it's not that you are studying it to speak, like in our Sunday, on our streets. You know, those two different things, that you are studying language. Sorry? As a professional. Yeah, you are studying language as a professional, or you just want to know some basic aspect of the language so you can speak and pass. Use it and do whatever you want to do. Then all two different things that you are studying to be a professional. So when I was in that French village, it was professionally they were teaching us. Some of them were also French people, white French people teaching us there, you know. We have 14 different courses there. So when we got to the one about tradition, as in to translate this, they were teaching about the language. We were meant to understand that you cannot translate French to English verbatim, word to word. That if you try it, the whole thing that day are rubbish because it's not going to make meaning. And I tried it several. Then I used Google. Then they tell you that in area you are not going to go anywhere with it because you cannot. Now that's where they started teaching us where some of these languages were borrowed. Some language they borrowed, English borrowed, Spanish borrowed a little, but not as much as French borrowed, but not as much as English borrowed the language. So if you try to use English to translate French, you are not going to get the word because French on its own is an original base word also, kind of complete. But English is the incomplete. English borrowed from different languages. So when I stopped doing that, I was able to start understanding what's the course on how to speak. Now, apart from that, I studied French. I'm studying Spanish right now. That to the extent I can speak Spanish with a certificate in G. Anywhere in Ghana outside Spanish country. I can't speak it right now. When I came here, somebody studied language before. I did not want to study Spanish just to pass the street or choro, no, or just to speak. I was studying it as a professional to the extent that I've gotten good about A level na Spanish. For the class 5 na Nigeria, some of us we did JSS, SS. So one and class 5, I met when I got A level, which some of our parents use that A level to start teaching. To the extent that I've dared to study Spanish in that level. And at this time around, I still teach children voluntarily Spanish and English here. You know, I love them to study language. Maya. So while I was studying Spanish, I made the same mistake trying to interpret Spanish with English. It was not making sense to me. I started becoming confused. Do you know what saved me? When I started using Igbo language to translate Spanish, because Igbo original based language, Igbo a language that did not borrow from anybody. It didn't borrow from anywhere. Spanish, funny enough, I met some Spanish language with exactly Igbo word and the same meaning, and the alphabet and everything, and even the same pronunciation. That means Spanish borrows some from Igbo. So Igbo original language, when a lot of root word, original based language that didn't borrow. If I thought we are giving Igbo some new words now, all because of this modern time languages in Apotan, now we are forcefully giving Igbo language some new words. Yeah, look as if they borrowed. Igbo never borrowed. Igbo were a very complete language. Other languages were complete, but not so complete as Igbo. Like I've said to you when I started with this message last year, that the Igbo language, see from Chukwu Kikeabiama, all a holy language, a language more, you can use Igbo to interpret Igbo. You cannot use English to interpret Igbo. You will lose the potency, you will lose the meaning of that word. That is what is helping me now to understand life. I dare you to start thinking what Igbo language. Try to digest Igbo language. Try to find out the root word and the meaning. You will get answer to everything about Bujuganya. The only problem we have now is that we use this incomplete language with English to judge our intelligence, to judge everything we do. Because if you use English language that borrowed from practically from every other language, it can win so because they get complete. And you can imagine this incomplete language is the language we are using as our official language. Whereas the original language it is so full, which is Igbo language, to higher one side. And now we are basing our judgment, basing our understanding. Now this borrowed language, that is where we have problem because I have limited knowledge of understanding of things. And that is why you see all of us, most of us living a borrowed life, fake life. Because the language you speak is incomplete. I'm using this thing to take us down to where I am going to. Because for me, I'm a trained teacher. So I don't rush things. And I don't speak above people's head. And I like it in wayo. Now, until I give the definition of what I'm trying to say to you here. So you can see what I'm trying to say here, that Igbo language, they complete. For you to get a better understanding of what you are doing, of a word, so you can apply it rightly and do the right thing, you must know the meaning of that word. And you can only do that as an Igbo person by understanding your own language, which is Igbo language. But before making the introduction of this topic, which is patriotism and which is tribalism, if you don't understand Igbo very well, or you don't want to learn Igbo very well, or you try to understand this particular patriotism on a surface level based on what we are taught in school, you are doing yourself a disfavor. Then you apply this thing wrongly. And by the time you see people applying it rightly, you are pointing fingers at them, saying that these people are unpatriotic. These people are not behaving well. Meanwhile, you might be the one not doing something right. But before me make this definition of patriotism, I want one or two things to point. I want to point at something. For me personally, I'm a very patriotic person. From home, I was taught to be disciplined, not to lie, not to copy in exam hall, not to do anything wrong. So my parents were disciplinarians. So they made us to be so disciplined that I became so patriotic, even whether people are looking at me or who are not with me, I can never do something wrong. Working in exam hall, everybody is copying. I'll be the only person not copying. Because that's how it is. I still carry this character by church. At the end of the day, people were using me like a fool, using me anyhow they want, because I'm a very patriotic person. Even some pastors that be so stickable, you can be trusted. At the end of the day, what did I gain? Wasted my life. So because I am so patriotic that a lot of things bypassed me, and I think I was doing right, thinking that at the end of the day, somebody is going to award me or clap for me. No. Today, I've advised myself and Father that I was the one that is not smart enough. I wasn't even patriotic to myself. So actually, some few things that happened around me before I give you the definition of this topic, patriotism and tribalism. No, like I said to you, I was so humble, so devoted, so patriotic to anything in Yamgame that I think around 2011, I went a program in our church, as some pastors who abroad, they came, and a prophecy came to me. Do you know what the man of God said to me? That I am humble in the wrong places. What would that thing? Later, I didn't understand it very well. Also, stop being humble in the wrong places. I'll use it to define what I'm going to say to us right now. Another thing that happened while I was in the university, in our final year in school, when they gave us our result charts, a lot of results were missing. Everybody may encounter that, but a lot of my results were missing. So we were busy going about looking for our results all around the faculties, all around the departments. So some of the lecturers are saying, you will try the results. If you see it, if you're able to see your results, we're trying your result sheet in our exams and records so we can fill in the results. In front of me there, some of my friends, they said they didn't have the luxury of going around looking for their results. I'm up there with the result sheet, either hanging or compiled results. They were changing the whole thing in front of me so they can go to use service. I told them, no, these are the people I was teaching in class. I'm on there, these people, some of them tried to make a 2-1. They changed their results. I refused to change the results. Hey, Briagawa, I was there, my set, Agawa use service. Natural result. Almost 1 year, natural result. Or so several occasions, I got an accident in one also, or enter danger. Meanwhile, the smart ones have moved. Am I trying to encourage people doing wrong? It depends on what you define by doing wrong. Anything in this life that you are going to do to get you what you are looking for, do it as far as you don't kill anybody. The only thing Igbo man also don't soil your hand with blood. But anything that will make life favor you, that's what I've come to understand right now, is for you to do that thing. I met a woman, I've said this about her, that her book changed me. I met a woman 2015, 2016, that even she's a pastor, she's still pastoring today. Her teachings and my encounter with her, Menem Kamposi got church, but she didn't know. This woman told me when she was struggling in ministry, or a white woman, how she was stealing from the devil. I said a pastor stealing from the devil. That for her, she called it stealing from the devil. I call it smartness. And the woman is so smart till today. Man said, oh, the way I've been doing ministry, I will go to ministry. When I encounter with this, I see her life. She's enjoying her life. So I repeat again, anything you as a human being, as an only Igbo today, you see that this thing will favor you. Go ahead and do that thing, as long as you don't shed human blood. That is the game that is going on in Nigeria. And that is why you as an Igbo person will sit down and be complaining. If put about Yoruba today, they go about Fulani today. I don't know which other tribe that will come on top of you. They probably use wound. You keep complaining. Are you complaining that they are doing something wrong, or are you being humble in the wrong places? Just like I was told many years ago by a white man that came for a program, not church. No. Now let's look at the definition of patriotism. Before me, election now on Facebook, you are calling international community, AU, EU, observers, international observers. International observers were here last 4 years when Buhari, this President Buhari, that is still in the office, the last election was like a war front going on. International observers were there. EU were there. You still made the same noise in social media. And Buhari is still ruling you people till today. If care is not taken, even though I'm praying for one name okay Obi to go there, wouldn't they make the same? Yoruba people still pursue you people. Short people, wounded people, last 4 years for the same reason. After shouting on social media, it still happened again. Yes, it still happened again. How they know that you are not patriotic, you are humble in the wrong places. They know your strength, they know how you fight, and that is why they keep doing it, and they keep doing it, and there's nothing you can do because you don't understand the politics that is happening in that country. And you keep pointing at the wrong people. Oh, no, you people were there when the former governor of Lagos, Fashola, was repatriating Igbo people back to the east. Oh, no, the same country. Somebody is repatriating somebody from his or her country, from Lagos. Now, ML election, Yoruba man said, unless, because Yoruba man they can afford to say that because they all had dominated the Lagos land. We are not talking about Undinwe Lagos and Ndinwe Lagos. For now, they dominated Lagos, and their language is being pushed more in Lagos. And they use that number because they are numbered. You cannot, until you become patriotic to their own brother, you cannot vote. But Unwa, people voted in your own town, you without disturbing anybody. When Fashola was sending people home. So and when he made maybe before, even many years ago, our fathers, Papa and we are still playing the same game our fathers played. So let's see who is getting it wrong here. Let's see who is being patriotic and who is unpatriotic. Let's see who to point hand going there right now. For now, between what Yoruba people did and due to people not in the Igbo, I have a different view. I might not be on the same side with the way all of you are talking. And reason. By time what patriotism mean, then give man, if you are somebody the reasonable, give man who is actually wrong in this game we are playing. Just because you are not doing what somebody is doing does not make that thing the person is doing wrong. Just because you are doing something wrongly does not make what somebody is doing wrong. Now let's define. I want two definitions somewhere. One from the Spanish word. That one is the one that even opened my eyes. The second one, then after studying a Spanish word, I came to English dictionary to see what patriotism means. English mean again also. English that is everything to us. English I were to for our own language. That language we cherish so much, English language. I would like us to know what that English language is talking about, how it describes or how that English language is defined patriotism. Then by the time I will see the definition, I will start taking it one after the other, the explanation of what patriotism. Then I am asking my Yoruba people if they are wrong, my Fulani people are they wrong in their actions to put their brother now sit in Nigeria. Then in their place, let me see what you as an Igbo person can do. Now we're going to take the meaning of patriotism. I'm going to read it from the English word or English dictionary, English definition. It says, patriotism means the feeling of love, devotion, and sense of attachment to one's country. Sorry, I'll use nation here, to one's nation, because nation can later become a country, He went further to say this attachment, right with me, this attachment can be a combination of many different feelings. The attachment we are talking about here can be a combination of many different feelings. Number one, language relating to one's own homeland. Number two, include ethnicity or ethnic, cultural, political, or historical aspects. Are you with me? If you have a dictionary, go and read what the dictionary meaning is saying. It went further and says, it then means the quality of being patriotic, that is, having devotion to your nation, to your people, to even Nigeria, according to where you want to devote your attention to, and vigorous support for one's own nation or ethnicity. I want you to mark the word vigorous, because I'm going to use this word vigorous to describe what happened in this last election. Now, let's look at, first of all, let's take it one after the other. Anywhere we stop today, we'll continue next week. And that is when I even bring the Spanish simple meaning, Spanish in the next one. So you have seen the definition of patriotism. Now let's look at the first statement there, the feeling of love, attachment, and devotion. For you to, also for one's own homeland or nation, Nigeria is not a nation, it's a country. And funny enough, Igbo people are patriotic. Very well, they are patriotic. They are patriotic to the country Nigeria. But it would have been so beautiful and very perfect if Nigeria was a nation where we are one. Germany is a nation. Spain is a nation. Chinese is a nation. These are nations. Now, if Nigeria was to be like that, an Igbo man did this patriotic, Igbo man is the only man that does not know that patriotism has to be taken home, because but our own is from outside. We don't even come back home. Are you getting me? So Igbo man is patriotic to Nigeria. That is why an Igbo man can go to any part of Nigeria and feel at home as if no ụlọ ya ọ ga-ama ebe ahụ rụọ ụlọ spend ego zụọ ala n'ụlọ mee mega business there lụọ nwaanyị there speak the language there, but the other tribe will not do it in your land because he may understand we have to channel patriotism first. Igbo man is the only man that can come out, attack his brother to defend Nigeria, to be patriotic. That is what I'm telling you, but another tribe will never ever do that. During the campaigning of this election, Igbo people are the ones attacking P2B. On around Yoruba people are home to attack them, to attack their own brother. When they do it with one side of their mouths. Just for you people think that they are with you. Why am I saying that? Some of the powerful pastors I want in Nigeria today, the people that they were grand patron of Pentecostalism, they are Yoruba people. They are connected to the government. They are strong. They are powerful. If they had come out and stopped their sons and daughters from harassing us in Lagos or any part of Nigeria today, especially Lagos, they won't do it because they understand what patriotism is all about. Patriotism is me first. Patriotism, also one's own homeland. So, Igbo people are patriotic in Nigeria, but other tribes are patriotic to their tribe. So when somebody is a tribalistic person, don't say the person is wrong, because the dictionary, English definition of patriotism is telling you that you must have this devotion, you must have this sense of attachment and feeling of love first for your people. And now the aspect when I said you must vigorously support your own. That's what it says here. So that is why you saw the youths in Lagos, Undi Yoruba, they were vigorously supporting their brother. It doesn't matter that their brother is old and has bad record. They vigorously throw away your own with a beautiful accolade that possess everything we need to fix the Nigeria. But no, they first of all have to do what? Act as patriotic people to their homeland first, to their own people first, before anything. Knowing fully well that when they are working around there, it will still favor them. But yes, actually, one them okay, Peter Obi around there. But I tell you, Peter Obi goes there just like an Igbo man, Mr. Good Man, good Nigeria, patriotic Nigeria, just like the way all of us did. He will want to please everybody in Nigeria, forgetting that this last regime, that Buhari removed everybody and we're kinsmen, yeah, tribal men, yeah, the way there. That's what being tribalistic means. Tribalism, that is what it means. It means being patriotic to your own people. So these people are not doing the wrong thing. Stop complaining. It's you that you are not doing what you are supposed to do. Go and warn you not to get patriotic. You don't understand the meaning of patriotism. That is why you keep complaining on social media every day, making noise. That is why the reason you will in the quest or hunger to create content and make money on Facebook, you will carry the picture of your brother because he or she disagree with your opinion. You will come out there and you'll be abusing your brother. You begin with a picture, able to get with a family picture. The next thing you will hear them, tonight we are going to expose one has so. What are you gaining? I remember when I used to do program with Mazi Numono. He said all comments, the way we abuse ourselves, on a shade tears, because you are abusing yourself, you are abusing your brother, your own blood. You are doing that thing to yourself. The kind of words we share on our how we are describing people just because of simple disagreements. We are looking for freedom. I might not agree agree with your modus of operandi. It doesn't call for you to come on Facebook and be talking rubbish. To the extent that when you get other people from other tribe, pay them to come and be abusing your own. Are you the only people in that country? Even if you don't accept Peter Obi's way of looking for freedom or ambition, yeah, you as an Igbo man, you don't come out and abuse your people. I deal in different countries where I see people, how they fight for one another. Even if you feel your brother is doing something, keep your mouth shut. Outside, cover his nakedness or her nakedness. Inside, then you talk to your sister or your brother. That's what patriotism means. And until you people come to understand of this definition and begin to practice it, you go nowhere, I'm telling you. Because now I'm schooling myself. And the more I understand, the more I change my modus of operandi, the way I understand and the way I handle matters. I don't handle it the way I used to. Because I'm a proper understanding of what words means. Now, Peter Obi, if he happens to go there, like I'm saying to you, he will want to please everybody. He will quickly forget that Igbo man was being repatriated from Lagos down. Okay, cheerful. That Fulani made his service chief. Everybody, his tribal people. Because Tinubu by there today, he will do good for his people. And that is why, like the definition said, we are or are still vigorously supporting their own. That's what patriotism is all about. Oh, he mere occurred to me. Mo asking it now onye njem ka onye shawo amahi. I've visited, I like me travel. I've lived in few countries and I've visited some countries. And first, I want to know the people. I want to understand how things are being done there. And I'm very observant. I'm very sensitive, manga. While we were living in South Africa, I was doing church ministry. Some of the pastors ministry, some of them were also Yoruba people. On the program I was the pastor said no, I gave me a program today that they are going to celebrate June 12th for Abiola. You know, then I want that mindset of only Igbo, I should bring a Nigerian Igbo, thinking that everybody there a difference between Europe, Muslim and Christianity. How can a pastor be going to celebrate June 12th? And he was telling me as if them understand. I see Yoruba people, first of all, we try to make them, we are Nigerians in South Africa. No, but here we're their own Yoruba group. Whether you are Muslim, whether you are whatever you are worshiping, they don't care. All they see is that Yoruba oneness in them. Do you know that during the time of xenophobia, they come together? That's why they are the most affected people in South Africa. Every Yoruba man on Johannesburg will put now so it will not be affected. But I know they are even happy that I born down the motor of business premises of their own brother. That is the reason why I'm not going to preach patriotism and religion. That is the reason why you will go to a Yoruba family. I've been there, I've lived in Lagos, I've lived in Festac almost years of my life. Everyone neighbors. Then why there was some time over my other friend. Dear Wonishindi Muslim. Now the Amo Wadofi zone. But this woman is a pastor in a reading church. How many pastors in a reading church didn't have Muslims? Adeboye still make them pastor because someone understand the game. He knows what patriotism is all about. He got a family Yoruba, one who a traditionalist, one who Muslim, some who Christians. They live at times how they share the same father. They live peacefully because they know that first of all they are Yoruba before any other thing. But no, not in our own. I chose to go back to my ancestors. I'm practicing Omenala. Do you know how many of my relations are angry with me? Do you know how many of my friends have picked quarrel with me? And some of them live abroad. They have friends and colleagues in their office that are Hindus. They are worshiping a lot of things they are worshiping. They don't have a problem with that. They have picked quarrel with me for going back to my ancestors. So I don't believe you're ready for in Ghana about freedom, because you need reorientation. You need to go back to classroom. They teach you what I'm teaching. If you're coming across this message, make sure you share this message. I'm not telling you to share this. I didn't monetize my page for God check here. This Facebook page. I'm not coming here because I am actually creating content. I want us to have a rethink. I'm doing what my ancestors asked me to do. I used to come online to preach Jesus Christ. I used to do programs, evangelism. And I'm going to evangelize their message. This is what I'm here to do. So understand patriotism. Then you will not blame Yorubas for doing what they are doing. You will not blame Fulani for doing what they are doing. You blame yourself for doing what you are not supposed to do. You are doing what you are supposed to do and you are not doing it. And you think they are the one wrong? No, they are not the one wrong. We just touched one aspect of the definition from English language. The English you cherish so much. It's a feeling of love. You are being humble in the wrong places. It doesn't matter you are humble. Your application of humility is what matters. It doesn't matter you feel love. Where are you feeling that love? It doesn't matter you have attachment to your nation. Where are you channeling that attachment? So this is what patriotism is all about in a simple English definition. In the next topic or the next part 2 of this message, I am going to take our time to explain to you all that is written here, what it means. Then at the end of the day, let me see whether you'll be pointing at Yoruba people for fighting for their brother. Will they leave their brother and start fighting for you? It can happen one day. This is what our ancestors taught us. That is patriotism. That is why you have a land where you are living today. Our ancestors, the patriotic to their own people, they gave their life to that land. That is why you have where you are dwelling today. And now you want to mess up with it. They defended that land with all their lives. They were devoted. They have sense of love to their ethnicity, to their tribal man. That is why you cannot fight the next village, the other village about checking Kete. Because him will understand they are one. That if you take down the next village, their own will be the next. That is what patriotism means. And so when a Yoruba man, you telling me that he's doing wrong because you want to be a patriotic Nigerian, it's not going to work. It's not working. It has never worked, and it will not work. The war did not start with you people, this present age, this present generation. Our ancestors lived. They encountered all the same thing we are encountering today. But we are so together. They had a feeling of love to their homeland. That's what they had. That's what made them to succeed. You people want to be different. I have a lot to say concerning this topic. I have so much to say concerning what patriotism. We are just starting. Everything I said today was just to bring the introduction. This message, I'm that from the way I try to do justice to it, I might not have done enough justice. I'm not some of you you will understand better, and even when you want to preach this message, you might even preach better than me. I would like to see your comments. I would also like to see your own suggestions or read from your own suggestions or questions also. And you must understand some basic things before you go out there to say you are looking for one thing or the other. Otherwise, you will make mistake. You cannot avoid here from the wrong position. You'll be looking for something from the wrong position. At the end of the day, you see yourself from your starting point again. And you're asking, what are you not doing right and what are you not doing wrong? So, first of all, understanding patriotism is the beginning. And for you to understand patriotism, you must first of all know who you are. See yourself as an Igbo person first. See yourself as a tribal person. Then you must, for you to be a tribal person, you must be tribalistic. You must be humble to the right thing, not in the wrong places. You say you are Pan-Africa. Are you Pan-Igbo? My question. You say you are pro-Biafra. Are you pro-Igbo? You say you are proudly Nigeria. Are you proudly Igbo? This is the beginning. Go and have a rethink and introspect. Then you know where to place your loyalty and devotion. So I'm now with some of the points you make here. Some of you will understand where I am heading to, and we will begin to readjust the way we think, the way we see things, our perspective. Can you push in from the shallow level? Before you act in word, go and check that word, and know the meaning before you do the application. It's going to help us. So I don't think I would like to go further or take us further. I'm not sure I know long when we do messages, especially when it's teaching. So you don't bore people or carry them above their understanding or preach on top of their head. So I'm going to say for now, for today. But next Sunday, the same time, we're coming back here to finish this topic because it's an interesting topic. All I would like you to do, the people that listen to this message, help me share this message. This is a message everybody needs to hear. Everybody needs to understand it. And so we can act well. Then when you want to fight for what you are fighting for, you fight with the right mindset. So I got to see about that young one small they will get ball come to her. They won't. Godri no na n'izu nke anyị na-abanye ọ ga-adịrị unu na mma anyị gaghị enweta ozi ọjọọ n'isi onye ọbụla n'isi ụmụnne anyị ndewo okay ka mgbara egwu ka nwada Igbo amaka ahụ chai ka o mere ndewo bye bye ndewo